is Dr. Danny Roper, and I'm here with my little brother, Daquan Bonds. He's been my little brother since I was in med school a few years ago, and we met through Franklin County Children's Services, and we basically were through the SIMBA program, which is African American males who mentor other African American males, and just trying to be like a positive role model. But obviously we've kind of continued this relationship for a long time. And I just had a few questions today because I wanted Daquan to be able to talk about his experience like with life, with the foster care system and stuff like that. When were you first in the foster care system?
When I first got in foster care, I was 9. That would have been, let me see, so that would have been in 2012. Yep, 2012, I would say. Yep.
Okay. And do you remember like what happened, how you ended up in foster care, what that was like?
So how I ended up in foster care was I didn't want to live with my father. And my father disagreed on me going to live with my mother. So it was he gave me an option between, staying with him or going to foster care. My option was foster care because at that time, I didn't really know my father. So I didn't know what he was up to or what he was trying to do. All I know is, I wasn't with my mother no more. So when you've been with your mother since you were born, and then your father's been in jail, and now all of a sudden you want to be a father now, it's kind of hard to deal with that. So I chose foster care. So foster care, some people think it's a bad thing to be in foster care, but with me, I had no choice. It's not actually a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because you have another parent or another person that's willing to stick up for your parents' responsibilities. I had a very good foster parent, and she did her job. She made sure I was taken care of. And another thing about foster care is you don't have to be scared to be with a foster parent. It's not actually bad. It's actually pretty good if you find the right foster parent. If you ever go to foster care, ask for Fonda Smith because she's one of the best foster parents out here. So I give a lot of reputation to her because if it wasn't for her, I think majority of these foster kids that are in foster care, if it wasn't for her, it'd probably be another disaster in the foster system. So I think the foster system and Village Network and Franklin County Children's Services thanks her a lot. She should get a reward of it because she actually does her job and she loves it.
Shout out Miss Fonda.
She actually does her job correctly. Now, she does have a lot of rules, but it's because in life you have a lot of rules. I had to learn that on my own.
Yeah, because she cares about you, right?
Oh, yeah, she cares. She still cares. It's just she wants to see me do better.
Yeah.
Now, I've had I wouldn't say a terrible run since I was 18, but when I aged out, she was the one that helped me get my first apartment. She made sure I saved my money. She only did it because, she loves me. She loves all her foster kids, but she also wants to see her foster kids that age out. She wants to see them do good for themselves, not just for her, but for yourself.
So let's run it back. When you were in foster care, were you always with Miss Fonda?
No, I wasn't always with Miss Fonda. I would say the first 3 years of me being in foster care, I was with another foster parent.
So were there any periods of time where you went back and stayed with your biological mom or your biological dad?
It wasn't my father or my mother. My mother she's the type of person that lies a lot. You can't never trust anything she say. She was trying to get me out, but the only person that really was trying to get me out of foster care was my grandmother, which is my mom's mom.
Okay.
She lived in Jackson, Tennessee. My grandmother's from Tennessee. She's from Burrowsville, Tennessee. I think that's what it's called. She tried to get me out of foster care, but she ended up having 2 strokes.
Mm.
And we was on the last step. The last step was getting me a plane ticket, and they was going to fly me to Tennessee.
Yeah.
And by the time that happened, they were coming from Tennessee to bring her to Mansfield because she had a stroke.
Would you say that you still love your parents?
Yes, I still love my parents. I always will love them, but I just I feel like they let me down for for failure. I mean, understand my dad put me in foster care, but I didn't think he was actually going to do it. That's what I'm still messed up to this day for. Kids say things, but I was 9. You would have probably told a 9-year-old, get back in the car. Like, you're going home with me, and if you don't like it, so be it. You're still a child. But at that point, my dad, it's like he didn't care. So if he doesn't care, I don't care either. Let someone else take care of me. Now, to this day, my dad seems like every time I talk to him about my foster mother taking care of me, it's like he gets like pissed off, or he's mad because I'm telling him like she, did a better job than he did. I mean, I'm not putting it in his I'm not putting it in his face. I'm just letting him know, like, be a better father. If you would be a better father, I wouldn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
But it's the simple fact that I was in foster care because, obviously I didn't like living with you. I didn't feel comfortable. But at the same time, you would have told a 9-year-old, like, it doesn't matter if you feel comfortable or not. I'm your father, and you're going to live with me. You eventually we will bring a bond between each other.
Yeah.
You have to force it. My dad didn't force it.
Yeah. So when you were staying here, like living in this house, and we had basically discussed you kind of trying to step out, find your own way. We weren't sure like how ready you would be, like how okay you would be, because really you're going from a place where you knew you had a bed and a room and stuff, but it seemed like you wanted a little bit of like freedom, away from some house rules, because you also are, you're like, okay, I'm an adult now.
But the thing about it is, like, when you're living in I had to come to terms with that. When you're living in someone else's house, it doesn't matter if you're grown or not. It ain't your house. They're helping you. So if they're helping you and they're letting you stay there for free, then you just do what they say. But back then I just wasn't thinking. I mean, I was worried about doing me.
Yeah.
And
do you ever feel like you wish I would have been like, no, I'm not going to take you and drop you off with your stuff? Like, or do you feel like, you got something out of staying here for a month, and even though we were worried about it when we dropped you off, like, do you feel like you've done better since then?
I mean, I wouldn't say I feel like I've done better. I feel like you guys helped me, because once I was here, you guys actually pushed me. Like, even though it seemed like I wasn't listening, I actually was. It's just I just didn't want to live under rules.
Yeah.
But now I'm going back to school. Now I'm about to get my place in a week. I'm doing a little better than what I was doing.
Yeah, I would say that's doing better, right?
The thing about it
Are you excited for that? And then as far as like wanting people to know your story, or giving you a chance to kind of say like the things you've been through, like what you hope to do, that sort of thing. It seemed like kids like you never really get the chance to say those sorts of things.
Right.
And for people to see that, and for people to hear from your point of view, like how things are. And I think it's important, because not everybody is going to understand like what you went through when you were 9 years old, and how you may have felt about your family, or how you felt about your foster parents, or, you know, just like what happens when you age out of foster care, how it feels when all of a sudden, like, there's just not quite as many programs or people there to help you out. So I was hoping, you know, people would be able to hear from you, like, what programs and stuff now have been helping you out the most.
Right now, once I aged out of foster care, I was in the British program. Then I kept losing jobs and quitting jobs, so I ended up not being eligible.
Then I have to work or be in school to be in Bridges, and then they help you out with like a stipend, some money, and then they help you out with housing too, right? Okay.
So anyone that's like been in foster care that is not 21 yet, you can get in the British program. If you want to, you can go to Village Network on Long Street and ask for Mr. Bill. That's one of my case managers with Bridges program. He can give you the most information about it. You have to work at least 80 hours every 2 weeks, or 40 hours every 1 week. So
I think it's actually only 20 a week.
Oh, well, 20 a week, or 40 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's either one of those. But you can call Village Network and ask for Mr. Bill, or you can ask for another staff there, and they will contact him and get you information about it, or you can just ask them about it.
Yeah. So who's helping you, like, right now?
Right now, the YOUTHBUILD shop it's you can look it up on Google, or iPhone website, whatever. But
Safari,
yeah.
I got you.
You can look it up on Safari.
Yeah.
And
so are they helping you? Did they help you get a job? Did they help you? Are they the ones who are helping you get a place to live?
They're helping me get a place to live. They will help people that don't have jobs. They still will help you.
So are you working on any sort of education right now?
My education, yes, I am going to YOUTHBUILD to finish out my 11th and 12th grade. Right now, once I get off work from 8 to 3, I go there at 4, and then I leave at 8, so I do at least 4 hours a day after I leave work.
Okay.
Right now, I'm on my 3rd assignment, going on my 4th assignment. That's finishing out 11th grade. Then I go to 12th grade.
Okay. So, once you're done with, like, your GED, right? That'll help you get a job, you know. It'll give you access to more jobs that you may want to work. If you could work any job in the whole world, no limitations, what job would you do?
What job I would do? I would probably try to work at being like another head chef. Reason why is because I love cooking. I've learned that from my foster mother, Miss Fonda. She's the one that encouraged me to go into culinary arts, because she's the one that taught me how to cook. Now, if you don't know how to cook, she will teach you how to cook. Because I didn't even know how to cook pancakes.
Yeah, one of the first times we hung out, it was your birthday.
Oh yeah, and I cooked.
And I thought everyone was gonna be like making sure you were fed and stuff. I came over, Daquan was on the grill. He had the burgers, the dogs, the chicken. There were ribs too, right? He had the baked beans going in the kitchen. It was like a full spread, and all the kids from the whole neighborhood ran over to the house, and it was probably like 90 degrees, and we fed everybody, right?
It was hot.
Yeah. You were chefing it up then.
Yeah, that was when
that was a good day.
I wasn't even in culinary school yet. She taught me how to cook like that.
That was a good day. I think that would be cool if you got to work, you know, cooking in a restaurant like that.
Like when I came to Miss Fonda's house, I didn't even know how to flip a pancake. I burnt the pancake. We're not even going to discuss about that. I will go ahead and wrap it up. Nice meeting you. I hope you guys watch the video. It's a long journey. Life can be hard at times, but my foster mother and Danny always told me that there's obstacles in life, and if you never get around the obstacle or find an obstacle to get around or try jumping over it, then you'll just be in the back of that obstacle, lost. So try to find a way through it or underneath it or any way to get past that one obstacle.
All right, man. I appreciate you like coming here, like telling all these personal details. I hope that somebody makes some use of all the knowledge that you've dropped for them. And you know, I just wanted to say that you're my little brother. I'm proud of you. I know that you feel like sometimes you find yourself not doing the best job, but you're always trying to correct that course. And, you know, I appreciate that you put that effort in. And, you know, I'm always here to help you when I can, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.